I've maintained roughly 10% body fat for the last 4 years of my life. And guess what? With low effort and maintenance. However, along the way I did make mistakes which stunted my fitness and gains. But what if I told you, you could achieve your desired result, free of hardship and risk? Welcome, my name is Lazarus and I've put together a short guide giving you all that I know about years of dieting, years of exploring and years of messing it up, in hopes to help you reach a body you like even more. Firstly, I'd like to commend you because you're trying to improve yourself, and my sole goal is to help you with it. But I can only help you if you decide to help yourself, and clicking on this video is a good first step. I've done the research so that you don't have to. So without further ado, let's go. The dangers: low energy, fatigue, slow growth and depression. Do you know the biggest cause of all of it? Diet. I'm one that's made a mistake, so I don't blame you if you have either. You've probably heard the advice online or maybe in real life between friends about calorie deficit diets and how to do them. But here's the catch: nobody is doing it right. As the name suggests, a calorie deficit diet is a diet in which you deficit, meaning that you have less of the calories, so the normal consumption in a day for an adult is 2000 is what they suggest. However, if you're an active adult and you exercise, and the chances are that you do exercise, that you want to, at least if you're watching this, then you want to be aiming at 2,500 calories a day. So subtract a little bit from 2,500 calories a day. However, as you're trying to trim the fat, don't fixate so much on the numbers and rather put more attention into the next steps I'm going to be talking about. This being said, don't partake in the lie of it fits into the macros that you see absurd people doing, depriving yourself of the calories and the nutrients that your body really needs just to eat awful things. Performing a calorie deficit diet in which you're eating less than normal, if the little food that you are eating is these things, then it's going to have serious implications on your body and mind. For example, fatigue. You won't have the sufficient fuel in your body to push to achieve your goals. Slow progress. Everything that you're putting in your mouth is fat, so if your goal is to lose the fat, you're pretty much battling against yourself, as if you're doing tug of war, but you were pushing from both sides at the same time. Depression. You will mess up the dopamine receptors in your head by eating trash food, and you won't be able to combat the inner demons and the inner fights that you have to combat when you have a belly full of snacks and trash food instead of good nutrients, good fruits, etc. I have been guilty of doing these things in the past, and I've made very little progress in contrast to the sweat, blood, tears and effort and dedication and willpower that I put into the task. If I had done this right, I'd be in a completely different realm of physique right now. And just recently I started doing it properly, and the progress has been immediate. I ask you, what's better than working hard? As for the deficit diet, here's how to go forwards. Instead of picking a diet, pick an eating plan. Having a specific structure will make easier to follow with the correct dedication and correct consistency, which is the key to success here. The popular diets are the low fat and low carb diets. The low fat involves restricting your fat intake to less than 30% of your total daily calories. High fat foods like cooking oils, butter, avocados, nuts, seeds, and full fat dairy are typically limited or banned. Instead, you're meant to eat naturally low fat foods. But then, why is it less effective than low carb? Studies have shown a greater decrease in fat from low carb diets than from low fat diets, and here's what they both consist of. But did you know there's a diet better than both of them together? Think about the two above. One limits fat intake and the other one limits carb intake. But how can you eat something that will fill you up, give you the energy that you need, and give your body what it needs to sustain itself, and on top of that grow, and also remain low on carbs, only through one diet, the carnivore diet. The carnivore diet consists of eating meat, eggs, small amounts of heavy cream and hard cheese. This diet is fantastic to promote the most evolved physiques of all. However, according to science, it can lead to heart disease because you're eating foods that are high on saturated fats compared to normal. Anyhow, most diets have something bad about them anyways, so don't be thrown off. However, I brought it up because I believe there is an even better solution to carnivore diet. Feel free to try out the carnivore diet for a month or two, but for the long term instead, I advise this as your eating plan. Intermittent fasting with one meal being carbs, and then 2 meals or one of just carnivore diet. And then in between, if you're hungry, you can snack on fruits or nuts. That's it. For the carb meal, make sure that you eat complex carbs rather than refined carbs. As for the fasting, I'm running a bit low on time, and this is an in-depth topic, so I won't explain why it's better to fast than to not fast. But if you're a creature of logic like me and you need it to push you forwards, just think about it for a second. Back in the day when we were more primal or whatever, did we have time to eat from dawn until sunset? Or was there more specific time frames in which we had to eat, collect the berries and do all of this, so that we may be more ready to do the work throughout the rest of the day? And if we agreed that being more natural is better for our health, then wouldn't we want to abide by the rules of what we did when we were more I popped the 16-8 fasting on screen. It's pretty decent, but feel free to research different fasting methods if you wish and try out different ones. Fasting promotes fat loss while retaining muscle, just like the diet that you now know. The biggest fat to lean loss ratio as well, which is what we all want, comes from the high protein carnivore diet. However, as it may not be sustainable or recommendable to do for life, feel free to take the one I suggested and make your own eating plan with it. When doing this, do you want to go the extra mile and really make a meaningful change that will set you apart from the rest? Or do you just want to get calm? Either way, it's fine. But for those that do want to go a little bit extra and actually, in this process, killing 2 birds with 1 stone, here's what I suggest. This type of diet really promotes your mental health, your energy. You will feel like a kid again, like you just want to run around all the time, everywhere. So why not do some high intensity workouts, either high weight or high intensity, as I said, and sculpt that body underneath the fat that you're going to be trimming like never before, by the way, and have it await you as you're cutting down on the weight, and be presented with a brand new you underneath that layer that you're getting rid of forever. Share your goals in the comments and give me a deadline for when you're going to accomplish them, and I'll hold you accountable. I'll make sure I do. And if you want as well, I've got an email list in the description. I don't think you'll fill up right away, but there is limited spaces if you're interested in joining. I'll sporadically send you things of value that I may not have the chance to put in YouTube. And remember, dreams don't work unless you do. And how exciting, you get to do the really hard work now. It's the start of your journey. Make sure you enjoy it. I'm rooting for you. Share this with someone who might find this useful, and strive to be 1% better every day. Much love.